The Kimura grip, which catch wrestlers call a double wrist lock, is super powerful. You can use it to submit your opponent, you can use it to sweep your opponent, you can use it to take the back. There are a lot of different ways to get into a Kimura, but all of them involve getting your partner to move their elbow away from their body to create that space. The hip bump is a way that we can do that. So we're going to show the Kimura from guard using the hip bump to set it up. In this situation, when I'm trying to hip bump my partner doesn't want to get taken to the mount. And either I haven't done a good job of securing my partner's arm, or my partner's done a good job of escaping before I can. So I do my hip bump, sweep my partner's hands off, cast my legs out, shoulder, elbow, wrist. But before I can knock my partner over and secure this arm to my body, my partner moves their hand out. Now again, I could not attack this arm without this space, but because this space exists, I'm able to. So what I'm going to do is my trail hand, the hand behind me, in this case my right hand, is going to go for my partner's wrist. As I angle myself off and fall to this side, this arm is already over because the shoulder's on the arm, because my armpit's on their shoulder. This is already able to keep their arm away from their body. So as I fall, you notice that my inside hand stays inside their elbow and my outside hand grabs their wrist. So now if Dave tries to get his arm back, very difficult. I have two arms on one. I want to be as perpendicular as possible. Now, if I can close my guard, I will, but what's more important is this leg chops down, like making it essentially their belt line. I'm controlling his hips. This is going to be helpful when I finish the shoulder lock submission, and it's also going to help stop him from rolling, which is the way a lot of people escape. If you can lock your legs, awesome. If you can't, you want to bring your knee in tight to create that pinch. Now, I'm going to take my hand and connect. My overhand grabs my own wrist. So I'm grabbing his wrist and then grabbing my own wrist, creating a really powerful two-on-one situation. I like to remind myself to engage my core by putting my chin on their elbow. Notice how that takes my head off the mat and engages my core. You can finish a Kimura arm lock with just your arms. You could do it that way. But if you see me using this with my arms, eventually, maybe I'll get Dave to tap, but probably not. And probably not if I'm not at least as strong as he is. So I'm using my weak muscle groups to try to finish. I want to use my core to finish. The other reason I don't want to do that is it creates space, which can allow Dave to escape. Space is his friend and my enemy at this point. So my chin comes to his elbow. I'm going to take his elbow high toward his shoulder. I'm going to use my legs to push away, further isolating his arm. And now all I'm going to do is gently try to rotate my body toward the camera. And you see how quickly Dave taps. You saw when I was just using my arms, I got out to here, straightening my arms. Now I'm weak here. My elbows aren't tight to my body, and I'm using these muscles to try to finish. Whereas if my elbows are in tight and I try to rotate, you notice that I'm using my whole body to attack his shoulder joint, which is very powerful. So one more time. Sweep the hands off. I'm going for my hip bump, but my partner's like, I really don't want to be mounted today. Cool. This arm is already over. My trail hand is going to grab his wrist as I fall off to that side. Notice that my leg is already chopping down to isolate his hips. Very commonly, our partner will try to roll here, and this is a way that we're going to stop them. If they roll, it's not the end of the world. We end up on top, which is great, and we still have access to their arm. But we'd like to finish here. If you can, close your legs. If you can't, pinch your knee tight to your other foot. Elbow to the chin. And now here's the thing, the shoulder joint is directly proportional to the height of the elbow. If I try to finish down here, Dave has a lot of range of motion. So what I want to do instead is bring his elbow up parallel to his shoulder. And now I think about this as stacking my rear shoulder on top of my top shoulder. So I'm trying to take this shoulder and bring it in line with this shoulder here. All I do, bring his elbow up to his shoulder, rotate, and he taps immediately. So I don't injure Dave's arm. The motion I'm trying to create is, you see how much space I have to continue. So if he's not tapping immediately, I have all that other space to finish. Commonly, if you're not able to finish that submission, my partner has two choices. Either tap or allow their shoulder to be broken, or roll to bring their body closer to their shoulder. If that happens, we end up on top and we still have access to the arm lock. So it's a very powerful attack.